Thank you, Grant and Claire. I'll try to see if I can remember how to do this. Fresh out of protocol, happy to be here on Hockey Day in Canada. It should be a fun one tonight between the Flames and Canucks as we welcome you to Flames TV Live, the pregame show, brought to you by Budweiser, and a divisional matchup for the second consecutive Saturday for the Calgary Flames, this one on home ice against the Vancouver Canucks, and a first of 4 meetings between these two teams. Remember back to last year, though, these two teams got very familiar with each other, playing 10 times over the course of that shortened regular season, so maybe some much-needed time away from each other to get right back at it again here tonight. So off we go against the Canucks as we take a look at the matchup. 10-4-3 under Bruce Boudreau since he's taken over. Now points in 5 of 6 for the Vancouver Canucks, who are in the middle of a 4-game road trip. As for the Calgary Flames, well, they finished that 2-game quick road trip, finishing with a loss against St. Louis, so looking to rebound here tonight. But back on home ice where they've won their previous 2 games by a combined total of 12-2. And then remember back to last year, you see 7-3 in those 10 games against the Vancouver Canucks. So tonight, against the Canucks, what do they have to offer? I guess let's talk a little bit about the Flames and how they're feeling coming in.
I think we've gotten better. Obviously, start of the season, we weren't great. I think we were playing a lot different on the road. We were being, kind of more simple and, not trying to do, too much. And I think as we had success on the road, maybe we tried to get a little too cute or fancy when we came back home, and you feel more comfortable at home, so it didn't translate. But I think we started to learn that a little bit in the past few weeks here, and I think we've strung along some good games at home here, and just got to get back to being a little more simple and not trying to do too much. I
think we're getting back. I mean. Before the whole COVID thing, I think we were playing pretty well, and then it took us a few games to get our game back, and obviously our last game wasn't the effort we wanted to give, but it's good for tonight being a big division game, and teams are pretty close on points and stuff like that, so it'll be a good test for us, and it'll be a good emotional division game.
Okay, thanks, Trevor. Media will see you tonight post-game for another Zoom availability.
Nice little Dalton Ulrich cameo appearance there as well. Let's take a look at who to watch tonight for the Canucks. Their hottest scorer as of late, JT Miller, coming off the hat trick for Vancouver just 2 nights ago in Winnipeg, the second of his career. Miller, despite missing a couple of games in the middle of this stretch, 4 straight games with a point and 8 total through that span. And for the Calgary Flames, let's turn the spotlight on number 11, Michael Backlund. He's starting to heat up for the Flames. Games 3 straight with a point, including the last 2 with a goal. And by the way, if you tally up all of the shots over the last 3 games, 22 of them for Michael Backlund, a number of them shorthanded as well the other night in St. Louis. Could have had a couple more as well. Of course, Michael is a huge part of that Calgary Flames penalty kill, and when specifically you look at it on home ice, it is number 1 in the National Hockey League, ranked at 90.9% in a big fixture here again tonight against the Vancouver Canucks. Here's what's made it so successful in the eyes of the Killers.
Well, I think we got a good plan going in, and we got some guys that have been doing it for a long time too. So, it starts with the face-offs, and Lindy and Bax take most of those, and they're really good on them. And when they do get in the zone, we've been good at pressuring our pressure points and killing plays, and then getting those clears when we need them.
At the end of the day, penalty kills basically boils down to hard work and willing to sacrifice the body and things like that to block shots and get pucks out. So, and I should mention, obviously, goaltending being a key part. There's no good PK without a good goalie back there. So it's just been a collective challenge for us to be good, and system-wise, it's it really just kind of varies depending on where we're at.
All right, 2 clubs here tonight that are guided by 2 very successful veteran head coaches in Daryl Sutter and Bruce Boudreau, both part of an elite club that includes over 1,000 games behind an NHL bench. Boudreau, the latest to reach that club. In fact, just 6 active coaches part of that as far as 1,000-plus games in the National Hockey League. Here's both on their respective teams.
They're playing well right now. I think they're young players, or their guys are looked on as top skill guys are playing better.
And that gives No, unfortunately, I get excited too, and I've talked to the players about the game and how important it is when you're playing a Pacific Division foe, and we hadn't played them all year. So to me, it's a litmus test to see how we rank against a team that, when they're on, could be as good as anybody in the league.
All right, we'll take a break. On the other side, we'll continue the conversation and tee up Flames Canucks next.
All of us at Calgary Sports and Entertainment are thrilled to welcome you back to the Scotiabank Saddledome and would like to share some important updates and reminders. Attending the game should be a fun night out, but as fans, we are all in this together when it comes to taking on the common opponent of COVID-19. So please do your part. Much like our players, everyone has their own equipment preferences.
Face coverings are required, so please remember to bring one and ensure you're wearing it at all times while inside the venue. Based on current AHS guidelines, no food and beverage is allowed in the seating bowl.
Every team needs good defense, so if you feel the urge to cough or sneeze, please do so into your elbow or a tissue. Please also remember to wash your hands frequently with warm, soapy water. Additionally, we have added many conveniently located hand sanitizing stations throughout the Scotiabank Saddledome. Under some circumstances, the puck may be propelled into the spectator area with enough force to cause serious injury. If you are struck, immediately ask the nearest usher for help and directions to the medical station. Perhaps most importantly, please make sure you are kind and respectful to one another, as well as the venue staff, who are working hard to ensure the best possible experience for our patrons. If you have any questions about any of these important updates and reminders, please don't hesitate to contact a venue representative or Calgary Flames customer service. You can also report any issue or ask a question by texting us your seat location along with your question and the word SDOME to 587-327-2207 to reach our fan text line. We greatly appreciate your support and understanding. Together, we can enjoy a safe and fun return to the Sea of Red in the Scotiabank Saddledome.
Here's what you need to know between the Canucks and Flames here tonight. 4 former Canucks on the Calgary Flames roster: Tanev, Markstrom, Goodbranson, and Richardson. And speaking of Markstrom, he started 9 of the 10 games against his former team last year, won 7 of those for the Calgary Flames. And then we mentioned this in the last segment, Bruce Boudreau joining that 1,000 NHL games club, 29th in NHL history, and 6 active coaches. All right, Calgary Flames finally back in a little rhythm in terms of the playing schedule here, but we know we have another stoppage, another little break upcoming with the All-Star break just around the other side of this next upcoming road trip. So the Calgary Flames would like to make some ground here prior to the All-Star break and find themselves in a playoff spot after that last game in Arizona.
Yeah, we talk about it pretty much every day. I mean, you obviously want to be in a playoff spot throughout the whole year, but I think before the season started, we said, we want to be in a playoff spot at All-Star break, and we're kind of right there. We have 3 big games here, and if we play well and win those 3 games, I think we'll be in a really good spot before this little All-Star break here, and then come back home, and we have a lot of games in February and March, and so rest up here and then get ready to go for those 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big stretch for us. You want to go into the break feeling good about where you're at, and obviously standing wise, but also just there's a confidence to playing well and going into some downtime, knowing that things are going the right way. And we have segments as a team that we focus on, and tonight is the end of our actual last segment here. So a big game for us to make sure we clean up the points that we need in that segment, and then obviously we'll turn our focus to that back-to-back. But you always want to feel good going into a break. I think it's going to be a good challenge. Obviously 2 road games and then a rival here at home. So guys are excited, prepared. Obviously we've had a lot of breaks this year, so it's nice to have some sort of rhythm here, and we'll try to continue to build our game.
All right, Calgary Flames going with the same lineup that they have the last couple of nights, and same situation in net as well. We'll start, though, with the visitors. Thatcher Demko back after missing the last 4 games. He was in COVID protocol as well, so he gets the nod for the Vancouver Canucks. And Jacob Markstrom makes his 7th consecutive start here tonight for the Calgary Flames, 3 and 4 nights as well. And as mentioned, Markstrom sensational against the Canucks, his former team last year. All right, we are on this hockey day in Canada. Very saddened to hear of the news that we found out earlier today, the passing of a broadcasting pioneer, Ralph Mellanby. Mellanby was the creative force behind Hockey Night in Canada as its executive producer from 1966 to 1985. His impact on the world of broadcasting was game-changing and helped build Hockey Night in Canada to the institution that it is today. Our condolences to the Hockey Night family.